Can I ask you about the exchange where Stringer said he would be fine having you babysit his kids?
Well,
as far as the issue of trust, his whole campaign is questioning your trust. Do you think that kind of pokes a hole in his
well,
argument at
that's
all?
why I turned to him and said, I'm glad you trust me for that. And I'm honored that he asked, and I will accept the job. I'm sure he'll call me and tell me which evening he and his wife are going to go out for dinner. And, not to make light of it, I think it does speak to a very fundamental issue. The same reason that the public seems to be trusting me to come back, and I've acknowledged my errors, but the same reason the public is asking me to come back is the same reason Scott would ask me to babysit his kids. And I think it does speak volumes.
But you, during the debate, repeatedly talked about how he had approved a third term for Mayor Bloomberg.
Correct.
Is that his Achilles heel, do you think?
I don't know if there's an Achilles heel, but I think it does reflect a reality that he is part of a political establishment that, directly contrary to the will of the public, expressed repeatedly and very clearly, decided to give itself power even when the public was saying, we don't want you to do that. It was a political deal, a backroom deal, that has led to the very policies that he now says he's running against, whether it is at NYCHA, education, infrastructure, housing. These are the issues where a new mayor might have done things very differently. So you can't have it both ways. You can't, on the one hand, say, let's do a political backroom deal to keep ourselves in power, and then after you've put yourselves back in power, complain and pretend that you don't like the policies.
On the dollar-a-year salary thing,
That's why I'm babysitting Celeste.
Oh, really?
Are you expected to get more than $1 an
I
hour?
have to negotiate with him over his fees. I don't know.
I think one of the things, it comes up because one of the things he's been trying to do all along is to set you apart as sort of, too wealthy and
Right.
removed from regular people. Do you think taking $1 a year plays into that?
Look, maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe I shouldn't take $1 a year. Maybe I should ask for the entire salary. I happen to believe that people work harder when they're paid. I work hard. Anybody who knows me knows I work hard regardless, because I do things that I believe in. And look, I ride the subway. I work hard. I'm a part of the city, part of the fabric of the city. Yes, I know Scott, and don't say this critically, he uses the term ivory tower. I don't live in an ivory tower. I work hard. I go to work every day. I struggle like everybody else.
Had you thought about the salary before Marcia asked?
Not in depth, and that's why I said to Marcia, she cost me a little bit of money this evening, but that's okay. I made a decision, and I will stand by it, and I will do it as a statement of supporting the city's fiscal situation, and I look forward to serving.
Two more questions,
Were
two
you
more.
ever asked to sing before? And if there was one question that you wish was asked, what would it be that wasn't asked?
Oh, man, look, I'd have to think about that one, but singing, no, because Marcia, don't take this the wrong way. Most of the questions have been too smart to ask me to sing. They worry about their viewership.
Last question.
I just wondered if you could talk about the third term again, not the third term as saying that he pushed it, but basically, is it a euphemism for the fact that he has the support of a lot of organizations like unions and elected officials? And are you really trying to say by the third term that he's being backed by the establishment and you're the anti-establishment candidate?
That's precisely right. That was beautifully stated.
Maybe
That is precisely what I actually have been saying throughout this campaign. This is a fundamental choice. There's a dichotomy here. One candidate who's a candidate of the establishment, 20 years in the political establishment, which is why he got their endorsements. One candidate who, even when I was elected Attorney General and Governor, was an outsider. I was an outsider trying to change the system. And for this job, what we're trying to do is choose somebody who understands capital markets, who's an outsider, who will be independent, who will be the person and the voice to oversee our capital markets. That's what I will do. Somebody who has the expertise and the independence to make the tough judgments. All right, guys.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
You spoke about campaign finance.
Guys, next time. I know Scott's waiting. Thank you so much.
This is related, though. I mean, the only time you seemed actually kind of emotional, I thought, during the debate was when he was talking about your father and your family foundation. Do you think he crossed the line there, or is that fair game?
Look, I'm not going to say anybody crossed the line, but I spoke, I hope, passionately about what I believe, about what my dad has done, what he represents, which is, I think, all that is great about the city. He grew up, and some of you may remember when I ran for governor, we did an event down on Avenue B and 5th Street in front of the tenement house where he grew up without hot water. And that is New York, and I'm very proud of it. And the fact that we have now been successful enough to create a foundation that supports the Museum of Natural History, keeps Shakespeare in the Park free, that contributes about as much as anybody ever has to CCNY, to a public school system. That's what we believe in. Yes, I'm passionate about that. All right, guys,
Okay,
thank you very
thanks,
much.
guys.